Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, for those of you joining for the first time today. All right, guys, just wanted to touch bases. This week, AMC was up about 14%. It had one dip down in the day and yesterday, but we bounced back up and we're looking good, guys. It's still just, under $4, which is we're still in that channel I said we were going to be in a while ago, and I'm okay with it. I'm not worried about it. 14% up is good, and it's just right where we're supposed to be. Is this MOAS? No. Am I going to say that? No. There's no reason to think that this is it. Obviously, we know that when the time comes, it's going to be incredible, and you're not going to wake up at 14%. You're going to see 14% every second. It's going to be crazy. All right. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole because it's not worth it. What I want to talk about is some of the reasons why I think that maybe it went up 14% this week, and just what we can look forward to hopefully going forward. Some news came out, some articles and different things, and analyst optimism is increasing for AMC and for movie going experiences in general, thinking that the box office is going to increase by 11% in 2025, which is only good for movies, especially when you consider the short thesis of them thinking that movie theaters are going to die and that people aren't going to go to movie theaters, and that's what is going to bankrupt AMC. It's not going to happen. There's going to be a bunch of movies coming out in 2025 that are just going to continue to bolster this and to make it better, and we're going to see the fruits of that come forward. On top of that, AMC continues to strengthen its financial positions, and they're continuing to enhance the movie-going experience with all of the different initiatives that they're doing to make it just more comfortable to go to the movies. Eventually, you're not going to want to go to other movie theaters, and this, obviously, we're going to AMC, but other people are going to see what AMC is doing and just want to go to those theaters because other people can't keep up. All right. I also want to touch on this. I want to touch on the fact that I saw an article the other day, and I couldn't find it again to actually reference it, so just this is me paraphrasing, but that a big institutional investor had increased their position. I can't remember which one, and I'm not going to speculate, so I'm just going to say I saw it, I read it, take my word for it. I don't care. They increased their position at the end of last year. If this is a dead play, why are institutional investors continuing to build their positions in AMC? It just doesn't make sense. Okay. So I looked it up, and I'm looking at that online. I'm finding that institutional investors have about 28.8% of the shares of AMC. The top three, Vanguard at 9.66, BlackRock at 6.64, and Discovery Capital at 6.42%. All right, those are some numbers. Those are some bigger numbers in the grand scheme of things. And when you finish reading that, it says that retail investors own 80% of the shares still, or more than 80%, right? Like at one point we were at 90. The numbers always fluctuate a little bit, but I'm just going to go off of these numbers because it was off of the site I was reading on. Do the math. 28.8 plus 80 equals 108.8%. The math still doesn't math, guys. Don't let anything that you hear take away from that, because this is the same message from the beginning. The math doesn't math. It doesn't make sense. Let's take this a step further. They're saying that retail investors that hold 80% or more of the stock average about 120 shares per investor. Okay. Now, we knew that at one point there was 4.1 million retail investors. This was before everything happened. I don't think that there's 4.1 million investors has whittled down by a lot enough to make a difference in the math that I'm going to do, because 4 million times 120 shares per investor is, I just had the number in my head. I forgot it. 480 million shares. All right. So retail investors hold about 480 million shares if you just do the math off of what they're putting out there in the internet for us to read. Okay. That's 100 million shares more than what the float of AMC is right now. So guys, we are in no different position than we were in before. We still own the float by a lot. There's still another almost 200 million shares that are somehow owned by institutional investors, and there's still all the naked shares that are not tracked in any of this. Okay, so guys, listen. When I say I'm not worried about it, those are some of those reasons why, because I see what they're putting out there for us to read in our faces. They've been doing this since the beginning. They've been showing us these numbers that just never make sense. Guys, if the math doesn't math, there's something going on. All right? You know that, I know that, and we got nothing to worry about. We don't need to sit here and fight about it or whatever. Just keep living. Just wait for the time to come. Buy when you can, hold all the other times. That's all you got to do, guys. We are still in this to win it. We're not going anywhere. Retail is not dying. We're diamond hands. The paper hands are gone, and we continue to keep building our positions. Guys, we got this, okay? I can't stress it enough. I'm going to keep stressing it, and there's nothing we got to worry about, okay? Guys, stay positive, stay motivated, stay motivating. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.